Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Hi, I'm Emily from sexwithemily.com. Do you want to last longer in bed? Promescent is the only FDA-approved treatment for premature ejaculation. 1 in 3 men suffer from premature ejaculation, but they don't have to. Go to promescent.com to get the desensitizing spray that will allow you to have the sex you deserve.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes. Call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com, where you can listen to all of our podcasts, sign up for our mailing list, which, you know what? If you haven't signed up for my mailing list, you are missing out. You're listening to my show. I will never sell your email address. I will not spam you, but I will actually give you more information that will improve your sex life, your relationship, your love life, and your overall being. So just be sure to sign up on my mailing list, and also we'll give you a report, the 5 biggest mistakes women are making in bed and the 5 biggest mistakes men are making in bed. Also, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Sex with Emily. And as always, I love receiving your emails to feedback@sexwithemily.com. Amazing to hear from everyone. And we have 2 podcasts a week. We'll be releasing one every Tuesday and one every Friday, which is fun, right? Because you all know you all want more podcasts, and I love hearing from you. And today's show, okay. First, I have to tell you, my guest just walked in. It is the infamous Joanna Angel. Hi, Joanna.
Hi.
How are you?
I made it. I'm so glad.
Oh, my God. It's perfect. I just started 2 seconds ago, and
it's
amazing. And you are the punk porn princess.
I guess.
How would you describe what it is that you do exactly?
I guess I do a little of everything. I don't know. I've been in the adult industry now, what year is it? 11 years, I guess. I started a porno website when I was in college with my roommate, and that is now my company. So
amazing.
I direct, I produce, I'm in the movies. I own the company. I do a whole bunch of different
love
things.
it. Okay, we're going to get into
I'm a porntrepreneur. Is what we call
a
it.
porntrepreneur. I'm a sextrepreneur. That's awesome. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, and I'm glad you made it. And I'm going to get back to you in a minute, but for the whole time because I have a zillion questions. And okay. I also know that Joanna is going to be able to give us a lot of amazing sex tips and relationship tips.
I'll do what I can.
And everything. And so we're going to talk about that. But first, I have to say that I'm really excited. I'm also excited for today's show, but I'm not sure if you've all heard about my new gig that I launched a new premium skincare brand called Emily and Tony. And these products are tried and true to help spice up your sex life, which is what I'm all about. I'm talking about massage oil candles. They're 1 part candle, 1 part body oil, and come in delicious flavors like creme de vanille, cocoa, and fougere. They're hydrating, and they leave your skin feeling super luxurious. We even have a product for guys called Down Under Comfort that keeps their balls smelling fresh and clean and dry. A lot of guys, you say you don't need that. Guess what? You do. And it's all vegan. Makes you feel good, and it smells amazing. Also, I have a lubricant. So if you want to take care of your balls, your partner will take care of you. Use coupon code Emily, and you get 20% off your first purchase. Go to emilyandtony.com. Trust me, you'll love all these products. And if you love the show, which is free, I've done, 1,500 shows over the years, and I would just appreciate if you support my new company, not only because it helps me, because it's going to help you, because you're going to flip out over these products because they're pretty amazing. Thank you, emilyandtony.com. So that's that. And then I think that's what I have to say right now. I just want to greet my guest. Joanna, I know you've had a hectic day, right? Getting here.
It's okay.
But this all works out. I know. I'm so glad it works. So, okay. BurningAngel.com is your website.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everyone's like, I got to Google her.
It's my company. Yeah.
Okay. It's your company. So you direct, you
I do it all.
act, you do it all. So how did you get into it?
Really, when I was in college, I just kind of started a porn site with my roommate. I had no idea this was going to wind up being my career. It almost seemed like some weird experiment at the time.
Right.
I was at the end of college, and me and my roommate were talking about what are you going to do when you graduate? What are you going to do when you graduate? And I don't know. We just somewhere at 4 a.m, one of us was like, let's start a porn site. And
had you ever done anything?
No, I never. I mean, he was a guy, so he watched porn.
Right, of course.
I have never even watched a porn in my life,
really?
other than random, finding some and in people's rooms and stuff. So I knew nothing about it, and I was like, yeah, sure, it sounds like fun. Let's do it. And I don't know. Then we just kind of started going through with it.
And how many years ago was that?
That was in 2002.
Okay.
So it was a long time ago. It seems like a different lifetime ago.
Right, I'm sure.
And it really was a different lifetime ago. I mean, it was in college. I didn't know anything about the industry. And the industry was so different then.
It was.
Porn was very untouchable back then. Now it's just so easy to know everything about porn. This is before Twitter and
exactly.
Before there was a new news story about porn every other day.
Right.
So porn was really something that was mysterious and nobody knew about it. I didn't even meet anyone in the big.
Where'd you go to
porn
school?
At Rutgers University in New Jersey. So I didn't even meet anyone or know any mainstream, porn people until much later on, until maybe 2005, 2006. So we were just living in our own bubble, trying to ask random girls that I went to school with, random friends, will you be naked on this website? And and it was very new at the time.
Wow. And you were comfortable being naked on the site? Had you ever? Tell me.
I was not, some big exhibitionist before this company. I wasn't like that person that ran around parties naked or tried to have sex with everyone. I was kind of shy and awkward and uncomfortable. Had my porn experience been different, I don't know if I would have gotten comfortable. But it didn't even feel like people what was your first how'd you get what was your first experience in the porn industry? And I'm it did not feel like an industry. It didn't feel like anything.
You were doing it on your own, in a bubble.
I went in my room, and my roommate took pictures of me with this digital camera that we borrowed from someone, and it didn't feel okay, it didn't feel like a big thing. I was oh, that was it. Okay. And also we didn't even have video on the website for the first few years. It was just photos.
Wow.
So it really just felt
And did it take off right away, or it took a while to start?
I mean, in my relatively speaking, it was not taking off at all. It was a very small thing that was happening that not that many people knew about. But in my world, it was like it blew up, because I was not used to being the center of attention. I was not used to being the thing that everyone talked about. And this website went up, and it was like all anyone around me would talk about.
Oh my God, that's amazing though. Why was that though? Is it because on your campus it was a big deal? Or
it
I'm
spread
sure because
like
no one on campus,
people
are so concerned at that age, or people think like they're not doing. I love that you did that.
Yeah, it was very weird, and I got scared because I was like, I wasn't used to being the thing that everybody was talking about. A piece of me loved it, a piece of me hated it, and I always remember the day it launched. It was actually April 20th, 2002, and anyone who goes to college know that April 20th is a pretty big
420,
day in school.
Always, I know
I remember being at a party and maybe everything just seemed scarier than it was because of the brownies that I ate. But
exactly,
but I was walking
marijuana
around,
day,
and
day.
I felt like it was just like echoes everywhere, and I felt like everyone was like, "Oh my God, this girl's naked on the internet!" Like, "Oh my God, she started porn." And I feel like now almost everyone in a college class
who hasn't?
Is naked on the internet, but now it was not like that. 11 years ago. So it was so strange. And I remember running back to my house and going into my room. And I just closed the door and I was like, what did I do? To me, it wasn't a big deal. I was like, is anyone even going to see this stupid website? Like, for me, thinking that too many people.
But were you fully naked in the photos?
I was only topless.
Okay.
I had to think of how long ago this was. I was only topless, and everybody was talking about it. People were coming up to me and being like, how do you feel about porn? Is it feminist? Is it not feminist? And this, and I'm like, all I did was go in my room and take naked pictures.
Leave me alone.
I was like, I can't be the spokesperson for anything. There was literally 5 sets of photos on the website when it launched,
God.
and that was it. And right now this would be nothing. You see naked pictures of
all
girls
the time.
on Tumblr every day.
Exactly.
It's different.
Exactly.
But at the time, it just felt like this was all anyone was talking about, and I was like, a piece of me I was inspired because I was like, God, porn is a very powerful thing. Like, I just did this stupid thing. I got naked in my bedroom and put it online, and everybody stops what they're doing to ask me about it. And in going through college, I was an activist.
What year was that? Was that your
this was my last year.
Senior year.
It was the bonus round. It
was
my second senior year.
Got it. Oh, good for you. What better time to start a porn site?
So it was that last year when you're just finishing up classes. You were too lazy to take before, but so I was like, wow, porn is this really powerful thing, I was like, something clicked. I was like, I have to either do something really amazing with this, or I need to move and never talk to anyone again.
Change my name, go into the witness protection program,
move to Mexico.
So what did you? So how did your relationship start changing after that? Sexually, were you meeting more men, women? Do you date men? Are you bisexual?
I'm attracted to both men and women. I've briefly dated one girl once. So
in college or after this all started?
After this all started.
Okay, so were the guys on campus then? I assume then you were only dating. Were they all asking you out or trying to look at you differently?
At the time it felt like they were
judging
me. Or worried about me or something.
Like your friends were
Yeah. So that was kind of weird. I mean, years later, after I became, I started having a name.
Yeah.
That was the time when every guy that I had known in the past that had no interest in me started calling me.
Exactly. Right. They're like, oh, hey.
And stuff like
and
that.
You're like, F you, love you.
Yeah,
or
you. Just I started to see a different side of people at times. It was, I would go on it has been a very interesting, roller coaster. I mean, I've been doing this for a while now. I've been through a few different relationships. I've been single during times, and the times when I've been single during my years in porn, especially the last time, because I had already established, some big of a name, and it was a pretty weird moment to be like, I'm 30 years old and I'm single and I'm a porn star, and how that you can't. There's no women's. There's no dating guide that you can consult in that kind of situation. You don't.
But were you finding it hard to find? Did you want monogamy or did you want a partner?
Monogamy is such a dirty word.
I know.
It sounds so boring, but
I mean, did you want a relationship?
I did, yeah. I wanted a relationship, and because I do so much crazy, stuff on camera, I don't want a boring sex life at home, but I enjoy having a partner that I can do exciting things together with. I like having threesomes. I like doing stuff like that in my personal life, but, I've never, I'm really not into having sex with a different person every night. I've never been the kind of person that wants to be in several different relationships at the same time.
Right.
Some people are like that,
totally.
and I'm
Polyamorous,
totally
open relationships.
open to that. But me personally, I don't. It stresses me
so
out.
Are you single now? Are you single right now?
No, I'm in a relationship.
You are? Okay.
I'm very happy.
That's good.
Randomly, this is a funny note. Before I came here, my boyfriend's like, "Oh, I used to make her business cards."
Mine? Your boyfriend did? When? Who is it?
I don't know. I guess you're the first time you made business cards.
Wait a minute. That's hilarious. Like Sex with Emily business cards?
Yeah.
How did he know?
Random.
Did he run a company? Does he run a company?
Yeah.
Like a printing company?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Does he still run the company?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so what's it called? Let's plug it.
Let It Ride Design.
Oh my God, I remember this.
Yeah. So he said he made your business
Oh no,
cards.
that wasn't the first time. That was just a few years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been doing my show for 8 years.
It was really funny randomly when I was going there tonight.
That is so funny because somebody
anyone needs
recommended
business
him.
cards, call him.
Let It Ride. Someone recommended him. I'm looking it up right now. Let It Ride Design. Okay, wait a minute. And this was okay, wait a minute. Okay. He said, I don't remember it was about a year ago, or was it even this year? No, 2012. I'd been doing business cards for a while, and somebody recommended, let's see who did it. I don't remember who now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But someone said, this guy's great. He's got a great company. and I was going to Vegas, and I needed him right away, and all these other companies were total ripoffs. And he helped me design it, and he was amazing. I never met him, but oh my God, that's such a
how
small
random.
world.
I was like, oh, I'm going on this podcast tonight. He's like, which one? I'm like, Sex with Emily. He's like, oh, I made her business cards.
That is so
I was like,
funny.
That's very random.
That is so random. So how long have you guys been together?
Like a year and a half.
Okay. And where do you live? You don't have to tell me where you live, but you were just coming in for, okay.
Yeah, I kind of live all over the place.
You live all over the place. Got it. Okay, that's really funny. So Let It Ride Design, we're going to give him a plug because he's awesome.
There he is. Make your business cards there.
This world is so small. I thought you were going to say we slept with the same person. We might have. I don't know.
We could have. We could make a list and they might cross.
Exactly. But. So you've had an active learning curve. So you went from never watching porn to making porn. Did you watch a lot of porn? Start watching porn?
I did start watching porn. I didn't watch it a lot. I did start watching porn though, at a certain point.
And then what did you learn? Because when did you start directing? Early on?
I mean, technically the first movie we made was the first movie I directed, even though I had no idea what I was doing.
Exactly. That's how I do everything. I never know what I'm doing. But how did you know? Do you think your porn is were you thinking of your male viewer or your female viewer, or were you just I just know what I want to do? How did you think about?
It switched. I mean, there was a time because I took women's studies classes in college, and when I first started, I really wanted to be accepted by anyone, any feminists that like porn and stuff like that. And I think I was trying, and then I realized when you try too hard to do something, you don't wind up doing it. And a lot of those people are kind of hard to please.
Right. You can't please everyone.
You can't please everyone. So
when you're an artist, I always say half people are going to hate you. Just accept it.
Yeah,
if that. Maybe more, maybe less.
I watched porn. I picked and chose different things that I liked and I didn't like. And also, we had such a small company. There were very little resources I had to work with. So I didn't really have that many options.
So do you feel your sex your sex life has improved by doing porn? What did you learn about yourself?
Yeah, I
doing
have.
Porn?
And
what?
I've written about this recently. I grew into a sexually confident person through doing porn. Now, that doesn't happen to everyone.
It doesn't mean
I'm not saying
it,
everybody go do porn and it's going to work wonders for you. I've definitely, seen the opposite happen on other girls. But for me personally, I was not a very sexual person before porn, or I was very shy. And there was definitely things that were just sort of locked, and I didn't know how to unlock them. And, for me, I think being able to practice having sex with professionals, which they are, was really good for me. And I was able to do these very like slutty things in a controlled environment, and you know, and that was really good for me. Like, and I think I used to kind of like be scared of sex and to almost go into something being like, okay, here's what's going to happen today. Like, these people are going to come in a room and you're going to do this and you're going to do this. And if you have any questions, you can ask this person. And, you know, for me, that wound up being great.
So it really got you excited,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, it did. And I mean, it really did make me much better in bed. I mean, I remember, you know, a lot of times like I'll do things on set and then I'm like, I gotta remember that one. I'm gonna do that at home. I don't know.
Take notes,
it opened me up, you know, like
that's amazing.
I you know, I've done a lot of, you know, first things on camera.
Like what else?
I mean, I never had sex with like two guys before on camera, you know, and granted, that's not something I'm going to do off camera, but doing it, you know. It's like, don't you think that a lot of women, I got asked this by a reporter yesterday. She said to me, what is it about like the bad girl sex that so many women like want? It's exhilarating. You know, I'm glad I'm like, feel blessed that I've been able to do all these things.
It opens you up.
You know,
I think that women have such stigmas, or they're worried what everyone's going to think, or the guy's going to judge them, or the woman, whoever they're with, is going to judge them. But really, it can be so freeing too to have some to just kind of take your sex and know your body and get what you want. Like, how was your orgasm? Were you able to orgasm during intercourse? Are you able to orgasm during intercourse?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you've always never had
no, I used to have a big problem.
So then, how did you learn to have an orgasm?
I think it's just learning to like relax. Like, I think sex used to like stress me out a little bit, you know. I was like young and I had like body issues, you know. I like didn't feel like I was attractive enough, you know. I when I was younger, I was, you know, dating way older guys, and I felt like, you know, I didn't know what to do.
Right, exactly.
You know, I didn't have the type of group of girlfriends where we all talked about sex, and when I did, I felt like left out of the conversation because like, oh, these girls like know so much more than me. Like, I have nothing to say. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't comfortable yet.
Exactly. So what advice would you, if you go back in time, what advice would you tell like your 16-year-old self about sex? Like, because we have a lot of listeners, all ages, but young people who are just starting out having sex. Like, what would you do? Wish you knew? Like, what would you tell yourself?
I think I wish I would have like masturbated at a younger age. You know, it's just something I never thought about.
Right,
you know,
me neither. Same thing.
It
didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it was an option.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I can touch myself.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it, and I think it probably would have relaxed me a little bit, you know, because that's like a vulnerable thing. I mean, the first time I had an orgasm was from another person, and you know, I remember feeling like, what are you doing to me? Like, what's going on? Like, stop doing that. Like, you know, and that's I should have come more prepared.
Right, exactly. But there's no, I mean, now I guess there's more information for people, but a lot of they still don't know.
I was nervous, you know, and I don't know. I think really, I mean, just having confidence is really everything.
Is so true,
you know?
because
it translates to every area of your life.
It's true. It's like one of the biggest killers of sex or sex drive, or why women can't appreciate sex or enjoy sex, and men, is self-confidence. Women worry what they look like, or they're doing the right thing, or do my legs look fat? You know,
they get messed up in the head, or sometimes, and they're like, I remember when I was younger, I had this guy I was dating, and he was older than me, and he was cooler than me. And I knew I liked him more than he liked me.
Right.
You know, this is when I was younger, and every time we had sex, I'm like, oh, maybe if I like do this right, he'll like fall in love with me.
Right.
And I know that's something crazy that women do.
Crazy. Women,
and
so let's tell them that is messed
crazy.
Up. Having sex for the man, I think, is how so many women
do that. They fall into this trap, like, oh, like if I do this well, like he'll like love me more tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's like, you know, that's not what
he's not waiting for you to give the perfect blowjob. Although we will get into some blowjob tips, but it's more like, I feel in my life that men, and what I've heard and seen, that what I know to be true, is that a man is going to be most attracted to the woman who has more confidence and knows how to please herself and can show him, and that in fact that turns him on, and vice versa, and it's a whole feedback cycle.
You have to. It's the hardest thing to learn. You have to like learn how to be yourself.
You have to spend a lot of time masturbating and spending time alone. Not a lot. Maybe some people takes more time, less time. But same with me. I was 19 and I'd never. All my friends were having orgasms. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then my mom, even, who was pretty liberal, she's like, "Do you not masturbate?" And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why didn't I know that? I mean, my family was very liberal too. She probably just assumed I'd figure it out. I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. I'm so busy, so I didn't do it. So, so you briefly wrote a monthly sex advice column for Spin, right?
Yeah, it was so long ago.
What kind of advice did you give?
Really long
was
time.
it? Okay, so we don't have to talk about that. So,
no, it's okay. Yeah,
but what kind of advice did you give then?
Oh, I don't know. People ask me sex advice all the time, and
so
what's
your top advice that you give? What's the most common questions you get asked?
Well, I just had to when there's this porn convention that I do a couple times a year called Exotica, and they recently started having me teach this.
Oh, nice.
Anal sex seminar.
Oh,
I'm always like, are you sure nobody else wants to do it? And they're like,
People
you have to do
love
it. And I always I feel like I'm the worst sex educator sometimes because I like giggle sometimes when people ask me questions, and I've definitely seen other women who are really good at it, but
but how do you teach it? So tell me some tenets about. I mean, I talk about this on the show, but I'd love to hear your perspective about beginner anal sex.
Let's see. People ask me about it all the time, and
lots of
I feel like I just keep saying the same thing again and again, which is just relax, because the most common thing.
Relax.
People tense up,
right?
And then when you tense up, you're not going to be able to get anything in
exactly.
there, and that's really
right.
So you have to relax. I think
start with your fingers.
Yeah, start with your fingers. I also think. I mean, I actually say try to not use a ton of lube. I don't think it's totally necessary. Like, the only times I use a lot of lube is when I'm doing scenes with guys that are huge. Probably not the size of who you're having sex with at home, or a lot of people listening to this. And,
right.
And like, you can use your own spit, and
right, saliva. But why aren't you a fan of lube? I always think
I don't hate lube.
You don't hate lube.
Yeah, but I don't. I've made this comparison, and it's kind of funny. Like, I think it's important to. First of all, if you use too much of it, it can get really messy at home, and a lot of people are allergic to different kinds of lube, and some people they use certain lube and it just starts stinging,
right?
And then it gets sticky.
You gotta buy the
afterwards.
good kind. I just made a vegan lube at emilyandtony.com. It's called Hydrating Personal Lubricant. You can get that on our website as well. So it's water based. It's good for you because there are a lot of lubes out there that are not, but and I think there's a stigma with lube. A lot of people think it's like only if you're dry or discomfort, but a lot of women think sex feels better when they use lube too.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, but I get it. Like, so just like you can just try it, see what feels, see what works for you.
See, I mean, I feel like it's a weird thing. Like, if you're having sex with your partner, like, do you want to always need to use? I feel like if you do have anal sex the first time in your life with a lot of lube, you're like never gonna do it without lube.
Right.
So it's like maybe just try your body and see.
Yeah, but but some people it's too dry and they just shove it in and it can be painful.
I know.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think also doing something familiar is helpful when you're doing something unfamiliar. So if a girl has like a G-spot in her vagina, find that G-spot and then, start going in her ass while it's happening. So then she has the girl's memory, she has something going on that she knows that she does all the time, and then her body will be more relaxed.
Exactly.
To, put something in her ass, which is what I learned the first time I was taking 2 penises in me.
In your ass? You took 2 penises? In your...
Yeah, my ass.
You're like, I've done that. I'm like, wow. How was that?
I think it's
double
it's
penetration.
A really, really amazing feeling. But, and that was what I felt. The first time I did it, I was like, oh, this is easier than just having anal sex. And it's probably because there's
so much sensations going on that
there's something familiar going on with something, so.
Right. Did you have an orgasm?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. Double penetration.
So that same, logic, not saying go get another person, but, just using fingers or whatever, anything. So, you have a familiar sensation with a sensation that might not be familiar.
Exactly. How do you feel about sex toys?
I like toys. I use them alone. I don't really use them with partners.
Okay. Which kinds do you use?
I think every girl loves the
magic
Hitachi.
wand,
yeah.
right?
I mean, that's like
the magic wand. It's the Mac truck of all vibrators. They have a new one now. It's no longer Hitachi. It's just called Magic Wand. They redid it. It's pretty much the same. It's a little lighter. But if you guys want a magic wand, you've never bought one, go to goodvibes.com. Use coupon code Emily and get 15% off. Just go to my website, Sex with Emily, and click on the Good Vibes banner. And also, they have great bondage gear and stuff. I was going to talk to you about that. Are you into bondage and all that stuff? Right?
I've experimented with a lot of that stuff, and I've kind of learned my limits. I'm not it's hard because in porn, I mean, there's certain people and they go so over the top with that stuff. So when I compare myself to them, I feel like I'm so vanilla. But compared to people who have never tried it.
But my listeners, I'd say, are more, tell me if I'm wrong, feedback at sexwithemily.com, that they're more mainstream. Like they kind of want to spice it up, but they don't know. And I just say like, you know, blindfold your partner or just start with bondage tape. Have you ever used bondage tape? It's my favorite thing because it's just like, it's
or
really,
I think sometimes it's hot when you just like,
tell me,
you
I
just
want
like
tips.
take someone's shirt off and use it and to tie them up with your shirt or something. Because sometimes when you get a lot of the BDSM stuff, like it takes so long to set up,
right?
Like, unless that's
you're like, I'm hungry. It's dinner time. We're all set up. We need a break.
Unless setting it up is part of the foreplay for you, which I know it is for some people. It's like doing all this,
right?
You know, but to me, that's why sometimes I think a lot of role playing stuff gets tedious because it takes so long.
I know. Who's got time? I'm like, just about the bondage tape. It's like $6 a roll, and you can reuse it, and it's easy to tie your partner up. It sticks to itself.
Yeah, or just even doing stuff like I don't know.
Like what?
Like I've had sex with a girl before, and you like rip her panties off and shove them in her mouth instead of using like a ball gag. You know, like
that's hot.
Stuff like that. I like doing.
I love ripping off her panties. That's hot.
On
you
the
just
spot
improvise. Okay, tell me some tips for performing oral sex on a woman.
On a woman?
What would you say are some tips?
It's hard. Every woman is so different.
Exactly.
It's hard. I love it. I mean, I do love going down on girls because then once you find that spot, you like feel like you've like won this award,
right,
you know?
Right.
Like, so I don't know when I'm going down a girl. I just kind of like feel around and like I know my own vagina, so I go to all the places that
like
feel good on me.
Give me some examples that have worked with women. I know that we're all different. We're like snowflakes.
Everybody's different.
But what are some like tried and true?
Some girls, you know, really like have like a G spot on the inside, so I'll like
use
fingers a lot on the inside and wait till I kind of feel around till I find the right spot, and then you know some girls it's more like clitoral and some girls, you know, it's like I don't know, it's different.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of like try all the different spots, and then like you like know when it's working because you hit the right spot and they start getting excited, and then you just don't move. You stay there.
You stay there when you get it, right? But it might take a while, right?
It might take a little while.
I mean, I think that a lot of men are like, I'm just confused because my last girlfriend wanted this and this one wants this, and so I always try to help.
Take some time.
You got to take time. Exactly, and she can tell you too.
Yeah,
women should speak up.
Yeah, women should speak up. Like, take the guy's head and like push it where you want it to go. They'll like it.
Exactly.
You don't have to wait for them to figure it out.
Exactly. So, do you ever play the dominant in sex? So, are you more the dominant? Are you more the submissive? And what tips do you have for women who want to take the lead in the bedroom? Because a lot of guys talk about how women don't initiate sex enough. Their partners, you know. So, what would you say to that?
Well,
are you the?
I'm usually pretty submissive in bed.
Okay.
I'm dominant when I have sex with women, but I have done it all. There are really random moments where I will just want to be dominant, you know, and it just kind of comes
to you.
Me,
and you just do it
and
right.
It's funny, you know. But I think in general, I think some people don't realize being dominant. It's a lot of work.
It is
so much work.
I'd rather be submissive too, but I know I've had guys who are like, "Well, you just," I'm like, "Fine."
But you have to really. I mean, you have to feel it. And I've also been dominant on camera where you play it up way over the top. So I learned how to do that on camera. But you have to be very serious, you know, and you have to kind of like, I don't know. I feel like when I'm dominant, like you're not really like establishing a connection. You're kind of like you're like using the guy as a sex toy.
Right, exactly.
If you're like having sex with a guy and you're dominant with them. You know, like you're like, you can't think of like that passion.
Right. You can't think about like, is he having fun or whatever. I mean, even though you want to please him, but it's not about his pleasure. It's more about your pleasure.
Yeah.
In a way.
Kind of like push him down and just like, I don't know. And a lot of it's just the eye contact you make and the things that you say, you know, and not.
Do you like talking dirty?
Yeah, I do. I say some crazy things
sometimes. On camera or off camera?
Off camera too.
So what would be your tips for talking dirty if someone's never done it before? Or how do you do it? People don't know. People get scared by it. They're like, my boyfriend wants me to talk
dirty.
But they
have it in them.
We all have it in us.
They got it in it. You gotta just let it out.
You do it. Talk about, describe what you want in the moment maybe, or what's
like
happening.
Whatever you're thinking, just say it. It
Exactly.
doesn't even matter if it's stupid. I've said some of the dumbest shit ever.
Right.
Having sex.
And they're psyched you're talking. And it's dirty. Like, they're not saying like, oh, well, that didn't really make sense. You know? Like,
just say things.
Don't
just say what
overthink
comes
it.
to your head. Yeah, don't overthink it. Just say it. Or if you think something like sounds hot, just say it.
Exactly.
But it took me a while, really. I didn't start, getting experimental in bed till I was like 26 years old.
Okay.
It really took me a long time to be comfortable. And then it's crazy to me because sometimes when we shoot girls that are like 19 years old and I see them come to set and they're like saying all this dirty stuff and they like, give these crazy blowjobs and I'm like,
how do they know?
I don't know.
Porn, right? They learn
it's
from
my
porn.
fault.
Right, it is your fault. You taught them how. So what's your best blowjob tip? Or two? For women.
Lots and lots of spit.
Saliva is so big. They want it wet. They want it wet.
Spit.
Right.
I think for the most part, I think most of the sensation is in the top. Use your hands.
Hands are important
use your hands and use
to
your
make
mouth.
it tight, more friction, right?
Yeah, use your hands, use your mouth, use some spit.
How do you feel about balls?
Like, ask.
Ask what they like.
Ask
exactly.
What they like. You don't want to waste your time giving a bad blowjob.
Right. What do you
know.
feel about balls? Do you play with them? Do you incorporate them all the time?
I incorporate them. I don't like spend too much time on them.
But some men like it, some men don't.
Yeah.
Have you found that?
Yeah, I've found that. Some guys do. I guess they think it's kind of weird when they want it forever.
Right, forever and ever.
Yeah.
Or some men's balls. I have this new ball lotion for men. I'm going to give you some to give to your boyfriend. But it's also for women. It's for women under their breasts, anywhere you sweat or you chafe, and it helps men stay fresh and dry all day long. It's called Down Under Comfort. It's revolutionary. I'm telling you, my guy friends who've used it are they use it every day. It smells really good, and it's a cream. You rub it in, it turns to a powder. And it's
cool.
vegan, and it stays, and it has like witch hazel, which is a natural antiperspirant, so you don't sweat. And it smells really good. And I also have a massage candle to give you, too. Okay, try it. You'll like it.
Put it on
he will like it. Put it on your boyfriend. Tell him, thanks for the business cards, and here's some ball lotion.
Yeah, right.
Some ball cream. So what is your favorite sex position? Now, I know this is a subjective thing because everyone might, everyone agrees. But what for you, is there a certain position that you're like, oh, good? And maybe it's just the position that you orgasm in most or that you just think is the most?
I like a spoon.
Just
like a spoon position.
okay,
nice.
Spoon position. Oh, like from behind?
Yeah. Like you're kind of like laying down.
You're lying down, right?
side.
So like when you're in the front and he's behind you. I know that's
because it's a cute position.
It is a cute position, and that's a good morning position
and
too.
It's good to fall asleep like that, or have sex in the middle of the night like that.
Yeah, exactly. When they wake up, sex. I feel like that happens like the first 2 months you're dating someone. They wake you up to have sex, and then after that, it just doesn't happen anymore. But whatever, it's fun when it happens. Now, what's your least favorite sex position?
I don't really.
You don't have any to like? That's good. Okay.
I like them.
So what do you think? I'm going to ask you this for men and women. If you had to say what makes a man a great lover, like if you think back at your lovers, you're like, he was a great lover. What characteristics or traits did that guy have?
I think, like confidence and passion. Like, it's very sexy when a man just like knows what he wants in bed,
Right. And he takes you.
Yeah.
But do you think it has to do with skill? Like, was he like, oh, that guy who gave me killer oral sex?
I don't think it's skill. I think that somebody could say someone's really bad in bed and somebody else will think they're really good in bed.
Exactly.
A lot of it is the connection. That,
right. Chemistry.
There's no like person
pheromones,
that
all that stuff.
deems you like you are now good in bed.
I know.
Like go out
and like
have
you
sex
might have
with
sex
the
someone that
world,
you love and I might not like him and vice versa.
Exactly.
But okay, big quick shout out here to Crazy Girl. Also, speaking of pheromones, they make pheromone infused products. Crazy Girl has amazing products. They have a body lotion, a body mist, a diva dust that will help you attract men. They also have their Max for Men line, which also has pheromone infused products. Use coupon code Emily25 for 25% off. Just click on the banner on my website, and they make the most innovative products. They have like anal ease gel. They have like these little massage hearts. They have blowjob, lotion. I mean, they just have like they just make very innovative sex products. So check it out. It's a Crazy Girl banner on my website, sexwithemily.com. Coupon code Emily25 for 25% off. You will love all their stuff. So, okay. Some more questions. Is there anything that you are particularly excited about right now that you want to talk about? Like that you're working on or like a new porn that you're doing?
The movie, I sent you a trailer earlier, I think.
Oh, I didn't get it. Tell me. I've been recording shows all day, so you probably sent it to my assistant. So tell me.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me everything about it.
Well, there's one of the newest movies I had made. It's a movie called Band Sluts. And
band
it's really,
Sluts? Like playing in the band?
Yeah,
band
it's funny. It's about me and another guy, Tommy Pizzle, and we're like playing in a funny, like, hipster joke like 2-piece band.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a Portlandia sort of porno.
I love it.
You know, it's really
Is it
funny.
finished or you're working on
it?
it?
No, it's done. You can find it. You can buy it online. You can buy it on
JoannaAngel.com?
Yeah, you can go to JoannaAngel.com and go to the store, and it's there.
Okay.
You can
what
also
other
find
stuff?
it
Like, what's your favorite stuff that you've done that people should buy?
Band Sluts was the newest one.
That's your new one.
I
That's
have a new one
exciting.
if you're into exploring BDSM stuff. I
Oh,
did
yeah, everyone
just
is
make
now.
a movie. It's called Joanna Angel's Kinky Fantasies, and in there there's like a whole stalking fetish scene. There's like a foot scene that I do with another girl, and we like stick our feet inside of each other, and it's pretty cool. And then there's
so
like
you put your foot inside of her vagina?
I put my foot.
Was that a
inside.
first?
I have small feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But was that a first for you?
Was
that choreographed, or you just like, I'm going to stick my foot in her vagina right now?
We just kind of did it.
Right.
Worried about athlete's foot at all?
No. We had
They took
We had
showers.
clean feet.
Okay, just making sure. I would be concerned about that immediately.
We both wiped our feet down before we did it.
There you go. You got to always be clean. This is another thing. Probably important. It's different, but I feel like if I'm with a new partner, and they don't, let's say it's a guy, and they don't wash their hands, like we go to dinner or whatever, drinks, right, and they don't wash their hands. I'm not OCD. Here's the thing. I'm actually not. I'm pretty like whatever, but I don't. But sex, you have to be really careful. You can get germ. Like, make sure that your guy wash, and you don't want to be like, go wash your hands. But seriously, like maybe together you can be like, or just carry antibacterial with you and be like, hey babe, you want some of this? Because you don't know where their hands have been.
It's true,
right? You can get some stuff in you, and you don't want that. We don't want to get any stuff like that. So, okay. So what would you say? So you just did this kinky.
Yeah. So that's a good movie for because it's not super bondage, but it's somewhere in the middle.
Hardcore bondage. But I think that's what a lot of people want right now. They're like, oh, I'm afraid of hardcore. But I get calls from I get a lot of emails from my listeners to feedback at sexwithemily.com that are like, we've been together a while. We just want to spice it up. They don't want to go hardcore.
Yeah.
So this might be a good movie.
Yeah, this would be a good movie because it's fun. There's a scene where like there's a ball gag in my mouth for a lot of it, and there's like a lot of anal play and stuff, and then the sex is really fun and passionate. Like sometimes they think with BDSM sex, like if you stay in character the whole time, it could start to get a little weird. It can go to kind of a dark place. So, a lot of it, the beginning of the sex is very like role playing and stuff like that. And then after everyone's having sex, everyone's just kind of like having sex, and so it's all good. Everybody wins in the end.
That's cool. I love that you're making these videos are helping people's sex life.
Yeah, I
That's
hope
so
so.
important.
I want people to watch them. I did a really beautiful scene. It was one of my favorite scenes I've ever done it with another girl. And we're both wearing latex. And I've never done like a latex, fetish scene before.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. And like before I shot the scene, I was like, I don't really know what to do because I don't like know anything about latex fetishes. And I felt like I was like, oh, it's really lame if I start looking it up. I'm like, I'm just gonna go with what feels right. And it was really cool to like lick her whole body while she had latex on and try to like give her an orgasm like on top of her latex panties and stuff.
Did she have
really
one?
Fun. Yeah,
I think it's so hot over the panties, guys. I always tell them or anyone you're with, slow for foreplay, like slow it down, like don't rip off her panties, don't rip off the clothes. Like I can have orgasms over my underwear. Like, it feels so good, the fabric, and for latex feels amazing.
It's an expensive fetish. Those were $600 outfits. But,
oh my god! But
hey.
I'm sure you guys would. Okay, we have a call. Let's take a call right now. Hello, you're on Sex with Emily. Thanks for calling. Hello. Hi. We're just fixing the phone here. Okay. Hello. Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This is Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. Thanks for calling. You're on with Emily and Joanna Angel. Is this
my
Aaron?
boyfriend, I think.
Aaron, boyfriend.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, boyfriend. You did my business cards.
I sure did.
I love that. You're going to do more of those, right?
You have to hang up the phone so we can keep talking about you.
What'd you say?
It's such a small world.
I know, such a small world. I'm going to have you do some more. I'll be in touch. But you were great.
We plugged your company.
Awesome.
Yeah, I plugged your company like 3 times. Let It Ride Design. You're going to get so many listeners right now. You're going to get so many orders, and I just want 10%. Is there anything you'd like to say about your wonderful partner here, Joanna Angel?
Joanna Angel is the best at life in every way possible. And no one really knows, but she's actually a 5-star gourmet cook.
Really? You cook as well?
Anyway,
and she probably gives killer blowjobs. I mean, that's amazing.
She will make a stew and blow me while the stew is slow cooking.
I love her. Oh my God, she's the perfect woman.
She
she's
really
embarrassed.
Is.
She's
I'm
embarrassed.
hanging on to her.
Oh, honey, you should. I love that. That's great. So, did you have any concern when you met? Like, was there any issue that she is a porn star?
You know, like any normal person, like all the normal things that come along, like, you know, like you don't really know what you're getting into, kind of a thing. And I went out with her on a date once, and she started laughing her cute little laugh, and I found out she was incredibly intelligent and very clever, and I was hooked from there, and we were never apart.
Oh, I love that. She is very cute. She's got a great laugh. Well, okay, we got a bunch of callers coming in, but I'm so glad you called.
We have to talk to people that I don't know.
Great talking to you. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. Have fun.
Love you.
Thanks. Okay. Let's take another call. Funny. Hello. You are on the Sex with Emily show. Hi, Kyle.
Hi. Outstanding to be here. New to the show, whatnot. Big fan of Joanna, so that's awesome.
Awesome. Here she is.
Anyways, I had I guess a little bit of predicament here. I'm consider myself more of like a gentle, kind of passionate lover, foreplay, you know, all the way through and whatnot. And lately, I've been encountering a lot more aggressive type of women and so forth. So I was wondering if you had any like tips or like good positions or things I can do to kind of help me out with like those type of ladies.
Well, they want to be aggressive with you. Sounds like you.
I'm sorry?
They want to be like, they want to like dominate you?
Or they
want you to dominate
them?
Oh, he wants tips on how to dominate them. Positions and stuff at work.
Well, it's hard. I mean, if you're like not a naturally dominant person, it's hard because it does have to, you don't want it to feel too forced.
Right.
But
how can he learn it?
Like you could try to.
I mean, I've done a little bit before, and like, you know, I can do it. It's not something I prefer, but I don't know if there are like any like good moves or anything.
Yeah, like throw her against the wall.
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
Yeah, or throw her down on the bed.
Yeah,
push her on the bed or against the wall, but not too hard. But
catch her when she's like not expecting it.
Exactly.
You know? Like,
come with her from behind. And
and just
grab her, hold her arms back,
and have some confidence.
Yeah, have confidence. Just grab her from like with her arms or like blindfold.
Yeah,
I think blindfold's hot because she doesn't know what's coming next. Like grab her arms from behind and like kiss her and like touch her from like move your hand to the front. I don't know if you come up behind her.
Stick your hands down her pants.
Stick your hands on her pants. Yeah,
when she's driving.
Yeah, exactly. But on a very quiet road
in traffic.
Talk dirty. Tell her what you're going to do. Okay, good luck to you. Have fun. Bye. I love that. I wonder if a lot of women are the whole 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, he's so nice. Thanks, Kyle, for calling Sex with Emily. On Thursday nights, people can always call in 9 o'clock Pacific time to this number, which is 1-800-LOVE-191. So anyway, okay, so that's so funny, cute. Your boyfriend called in.
Yeah.
Are there any other? Okay, so I want to know, like, okay, I asked you what makes a man a good lover. What do you think about it? What makes a woman a good lover?
I think it's very similar. Having some confidence and knowing, you know, I think communication is really important.
Everyone just have to communicate, and they just don't.
You have to communicate.
Right?
You know, you got to pay attention to each other, and that goes when I'm having sex with someone on camera. You kind of have to communicate in a certain way.
Exactly.
So the scene is good, and you kind of get through it in a good way, and it's like that when I'm having sex with my boyfriend. It's just like different kinds of communication.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
I think you need to like pay attention to the other person, because whether you're fucking someone, you know, on a one night stand or you're gonna fuck them for the rest of your life, like you want to have a certain chemistry.
Exactly.
That's gonna make it exciting. You know, like.
But do you ever have someone like? Have you ever had that sex with someone on camera that you just had no chemistry with, and you just were acting? I'm sure a lot.
Yeah, it's happened. You got to find it.
You got to get in there. You got to be like,
it's part of your job. You got to find something.
Visualize.
You need to find something, you know, and a lot of it, it's like, it's part of, it's not necessarily my job to get off. It's my job to get other people off, you know? So I have to find something arousing somewhere so I can do a good scene, you know? I mean, it also, like, I work for myself, so this is my money.
Do you have like a studio and everything that you?
We shoot in different places all the time. We used to kind of have a studio, but it's kind of easier to just
do
sort
in your
of,
bed.
you know.
Do you have any tips? What about male and their prostates? Do you ever do any?
I haven't experimented with that much. A lot of people do ask me about it. I mean, I do know that every guy does have a a G-spot
Right.
in there.
They do. And that's what I always say. Like, a lot of men think it's because people are going to think I'm gay or I'm going to be gay.
No,
it can feel amazing. Like, a lot of guys do like it, but a lot of
Yeah.
guys don't even know that they'll like it because they have this stigma attached to it where they think it's going to make, that they don't think it exists. But I always tell guys, like, what if you're on your deathbed and you find out that the prostate massage or you're playing with your prostate could have been the most amazing thing in your life and you missed it?
I think when I first figured it out, I like tried to do it to everyone. Like the first time I figured out that guys had like a G-spot in there, I was like, wow, every time I get a blowjob, I'm going to stick a finger in the guy's
But
ass.
not every
and I
guy's
did it for
into-
a little bit, and then people start getting angry.
Okay, and what do you think about, what about squirting? Are you a squirter?
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm still kind of confused by it.
Right.
I don't really know what it is. Like sometimes it really does just feel like pee,
Right.
like because you're kind of just losing control
Right.
of your body,
Right.
and then just stuff comes out. But I do squirt. It just happens when I hit a certain spot.
Right, exactly. But it doesn't necessarily mean
I
you're
don't
having
know
an
what
orgasm
it
either.
is.
I know.
think Dr. Phil
Right.
is the one who said it doesn't. It's like there's no
I
like
don't think
scientific.
Dr. Phil knows what
Dr.
squirting
Drew.
is.
Maybe,
Dr. Drew.
who's
Just
here.
kidding.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil.
I actually,
Whoops.
you know what? Speaking of
Sorry,
small worlds,
Dr.
Yeah.
Drew.
it's okay. He didn't hear, but I will tell him.
Okay.
Can you edit it?
Yeah.
I actually, speaking of small worlds, I actually shot video of you squirting on a radio
You
buffoon
did.
once. Yeah,
I know.
but she whispered to me, "Thank God I had to pee."
Yeah, I definitely.
It's not urine. It is
peed
separate.
all
It's
over
not
the-
urine. I mean, it can be urine, but it's not. It's from
the Bartholin's gland.
Yeah.
It is true from a different gland. That's what they say. But I know it's controversial.
It
People
just
think-
happens, and it does feel kind of like. It feels like somebody reached inside of you and pulled an orgasm out. It's like different than when you
Right.
have an orgasm that like builds up. So
Exactly.
it feels cool. Sometimes I don't like it because I get so tired after it happens.
Right. You just want to go to sleep,
just
and then
like-
things are messy.
Yeah.
But it's so
But
funny. I was
it
out
does
with this woman the other.
happen.
I was out with a couple. I just met them, and she like whispers to me. She's like, "I'm a squirter, but my husband doesn't like it because it gets the sheets dirty." And I was like, "Use put a towel
Yeah,
down."
right.
Not hot. Not that. You got to be with a
tell 'em to
partner
get
who you have the
over
same
it.
sexual things.
Yeah.
But okay, Joanna, we got to go. But tell me, we can find you at what's the
Yeah,
best
just
website?
go to burningangel.com.
Burningangel.com.
You can find me. I'm on Twitter, just at Joanna Angel. I'm on Instagram with the same name.
Awesome. Okay, and I'm Emily. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Sex with Emily. And thanks everyone for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com.
Thank you for the cream.
Oh, awesome.
I'm gonna use it.
Down under comfort, everyone. I'm Emily from sexwithemily.com. CrazyGirlProducts.com carries unique pheromone-infused products that make you feel sexy and confident. I'm crazy about their wannabe naked shave cream. It's made perfectly for your more intimate areas. No shave bumps or ingrown hairs. Use coupon code Emily25 for 25% off at CrazyGirlProducts.com.